Belichick was not the only reason Tom Brady left the Patriots. It was also his, quote, deteriorating relationship with offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels. Last night, Brady posted on Instagram that the story was nonsense and to be more responsible while reporting. So, Shannon, does all this surprise you?
What surprises me is that how all these things are starting to get out, Jenny, after the Patriots didn't offer Tom Brady the contract that he didn't want. It's funny how things now get out all of a sudden when we never really got anything out of the Patriots. Now, all of a sudden, Tom Brady didn't get the 2 years, 3-year extension that he wanted. Now, he had a terrible relationship with Bill Belichick. He started having a deteriorating relationship with Josh McDaniels. Now, Skip, look, I'm not the biggest fan of Josh McDaniels, considering what he did to the Broncos the year and a half that he was there. But now, all of a sudden, Tom Brady wanted more influence on the game plan. Look, this is Tom Cruise, somebody in that side of the equation, putting out stories to make it seem like Tom was not coming back. All I've ever said, Skip, it would have been interesting. All that being said, his deteriorating relationship with Coach Belichick, the relationship with Josh McDaniels, had they given him a 2-3-year extension a year ago, would he have said, my relationship with Coach Belichick and Josh McDaniel is beyond repair? Mr. Kraft, I need you to move me. I don't believe that's the case. I believe this is all hindsight, trying to paint Tom Brady in the most positive light, that he wanted to get out of there. He was fed up. When we know in actuality, he wanted a multiple-year extension, and they were only willing to go year to year until he got the offer from Tampa, and then it was too late. But they never made an extension offer before he got the offer from Tampa. So, no, I do not believe this. I believe this is somebody in his side of the equation that's putting this out.
Okay. I will be the first to admit I'm torn over this one because I know Gary Myers very well. I worked alongside Gary at the Dallas Morning News back in the early 1980s, 80, 81, covering the Dallas Cowboys. He's excellent at what he does. He does not swing and completely miss. There has to be some truth to what he tweeted. And then he tweeted a second time, and he made the Josh McDaniels, sort of disintegrating relationship the fourth of his reasons that Tom chose to leave New England. But just for the record, Tom did respond yesterday on Instagram, and he said, please stop this nonsense. Please be more responsible with reporting. 19 years together, brothers for life, talking about Josh McDaniels. So I'm back to what you always say when sometimes you equivocate here on Undisputed. You say two things can be true. Well, right. I think two things can be true. I think they were having some conflict last year, some squabbles, maybe even some all-out fights over how much input Tom had into a certain game plan. We've seen them occasionally go at it briefly on the sidelines. Not often, but every once in a while. Tom runs hot during games. We know that. His engine runs hot. He can turn into Psycho Tom, and he is not to be messed with or trifled with during games. And there was the one time I thought Josh McDaniels showed him up, ran onto the field and was pointing like, what are you doing? Why didn't you see him? And Tom did not like it and responded accordingly when he got over to the bench.
Oh, you don't like...
Okay?
Oh, you don't like being shown up, huh?
Okay. No. Who does? So the point is, do I think some of that was going on? Yes. Do I think they're brothers for life? I do. And I do not believe this was the reason that Tom Brady left. And Gary Myers did not say it was the reason. In fact, he said that, number one, he was just worn out with Belichick. Number two, he wanted to create a competition with Belichick. And then he finally got to tired of McDaniels down the list at number 4. So, again, I think It's a close call, but I think both things were operating. I was just shocked to hear this because I'd never heard a peep of Brady versus Josh McDaniels. I thought, remember,
Skip, if you don't mind,
back in, what was it? Remember, February of 2018, Josh McDaniels accepted the Colts offer to be their head coach.
Thank you.
And then a couple hours later, he turned it down to stay with Tom Brady. And I thought maybe Kraft said, hey, I'll give you a little bump, little raise, because you're positioned to be Belichick's successor. I think that's way on down the road. And when Tom left for Tampa, I felt a little sorry for Josh because I thought, man, you committed to Tom, and now you're kind of left behind with Jared Stidham. But I do think they're still on very good terms.
Skip, I think this is a situation where what we would term in the relationship is that Josh McDaniels jilted the Colts at the altar because they're getting ready to do this press release and they're getting ready, and then he sends them like, nah, I'm not coming. Skip, I just want to know one thing. Where is the Patriots not offering a contract extension on the reasons Tom Brady left? Because nobody's talking about that. That's number one. You and I both know that. We can say that he could have been fed up. But guess what, Skip? He's probably been fed up. But he always had 2-3 years left on the deal. So he was fed up, but I still got this deal in where I want to be. It wasn't until that no contract extension. And that was the thing, Skip. I can tolerate a lot of things. And Skip, we heard us say this. It's kind of like relationship. We see athletes get a lot of them get divorces once they leave the said sport, be it football, basketball, or baseball. Girlfriend or wife can tolerate a lot when you live in that lifestyle and you got that cheese coming in. When all of a sudden that cheese ain't coming in, you coming in at 2 o'clock in the morning, or you hanging out with your boy, that ain't cool no more. See, it wasn't cool anymore with Tom Brady, with Coach Belichick being overbearing when we ain't got no contract extension. You see how that work out, Skip Bayless? See, I want to just go ahead and tell the truth. Just tell the truth. I didn't get the contract extension. Yes, I was tired of Coach Belichick not giving me the credit that I felt I deserved, treating me like I'm a normal guy, when everywhere else the superstars get treated. And I'm not saying, Skip, you got to have me a separate parking spot. Tom Brady parks here. I'm not talking about that. But do not go out of your way to be dismissive of my work and my accomplishments. What Coach Belichick has done, he's gone out of his way to try to make sure Tom Brady knows you get treated just like Matthew Slater, just like the 43rd guy, just like the 23rd guy on this roster. You're no different. You play quarterback, but I'm not treating you any different. He's gone out of his way. Yes, Skip, Josh McDaniels can get on your nerves. He's not the easiest guy. And Skip, if you go to the Broncos, Skip, if you find one person, Skip, now normally you can go somewhere and find one person that's going to say something good about somebody. One, you're going to find one. Skip, if you go to that Bronco organization,